seeing if you can hear me. Okay, this frog wants to say hi. Say hi, froggy. Oh, sorry. Say, oh, right there in front of my camera. I wish you guys can see this. Oh, I wish you guys can see. Oh man, this camera is facing my phone right now. Literally, its head is right. It probably thought as it's reflecting, this camera's reflecting behind me, right? The camera's facing me, so maybe they thought the trees were actually there through the screen. I'm not sure. But Froggy maybe is kind of confused right now, a little perplexed. I came out here because, of course, it's nature. I'm in Boston. And I love videos that show, and I think I'm gonna conjure my videos into one to show you a little bit of my second visit here in Boston. I get curious sometimes with what another person does on a trip or how they want to spend their time on a trip. And then I like when someone includes maybe their stream of consciousness at the time, their thoughts. Oh my gosh, this frog, I wish you could see. Can you see? It's right next to the camera, so close. Oh my gosh, so cute. It's literally touching my phone right now. Oh my goodness, I wish you guys can see this. It's so close to my camera. I want to turn it, but I don't want to disturb this froggy. Oh my gosh, because it's literally so close to the camera. This close. And I just realized I'm not looking into the camera until now. I always do this. Oh man, it's so cute. Oh my gosh, so adorable. I recognized the spot. I was like, you know what? This is my spot. Boston, I think I like kind of observing a city, visiting a city, and just having my own analysis on it. I recognize and realize as my second trip here, there's my two favorite things about this city, and what would draw me back is the most beautiful parks, and second is Jamaica Plain. Those two things. Otherwise, I don't find too many. I don't resonate with it too much, but the parks, it's just so natural. It's so natural. New York, it has its parks, but sometimes I don't find their parks to be feeling too natural. It's very curated and man-made, and it's evident in that in how man-made it is. But there's so many reasons that I do resonate with it. Oh my gosh, it just needs to turn a little bit. Oh, okay. I kind of leaped away, but okay, maybe I can show you guys now. Right? If I can just kind of turn a little bit. Do you guys see that? A little. Oh, there it goes. It goes. You guys still see it? Maybe. I am so happy with this tree. Thank you, tree, for allowing me to balance my phone on here. Oh my gosh, this beautiful tree, beautiful spot I found, and it's quieter. I was about to set up my camera elsewhere where there was a little bit of construction noise and some people passing through, and I'm just so grateful that I found a spot that I didn't expect to find. And I find that this frog was a symbol for me to sit here. I'm like, thank you. I think that was what drew me. And then I looked around, I'm like, this is a perfect spot. I just appreciate this park so much. And I did cry a little bit, or at least I teared up, because it just really makes a place sometimes. The natural world really makes us a place. It contributes so much to a city. And I want more cities to have more green space, natural green space. Because
welcome to Boston 2025.
It just contributes so much to the city, but to human life, to daily human life.
Hold this week.
And I don't. Yeah, it just it's. I think the natural world, nature, it's worth.
I love your phone,
fighting
man.
for. It's worth working around, because I know it could be a complicated, complex situation where you want to provide housing and you want to provide
I'm sure back in the day,
accommodation for human life, but I think it's
like, of course, some tires, maybe
it's too much of a
you gotta imagine,
importance
this is
to
the
the natural
oldest city in the
world
United States.
that we just
Oldest
create
city.
systems to work around it,
You wouldn't think it,
and to
though.
create a more of a
In some ways, you know, they
healthier
just
balance.
take such good. My God, someone recording me.
To accommodate people, but also the need to preserve nature. We are nature itself, and I think if we strip it away from our lives, or we separate ourselves from nature, we separate ourselves from each other and from our true selves. I find that there's a movement happening within the collective to recognize our true selves. To come back to our true selves. And I've been having this reflection on my own. I have had these, these certain beliefs that I know harm me and prevent me from moving through unconditional love. And sometimes it's harder to move away from those beliefs, even though you know they harm you. I have this feeling of stubbornness. The ego has a way of being so stubborn in its beliefs. It wants to hold on to this is what I want, this is how I want it, this is when I want it. And I don't want to move away from that kind of mindset. And I think that kind of mindset, it tricks us into thinking that that's how we're going to get to what we want faster. And that's how we're going to find peace, if we have that experience, if we have that object, that thing. And it's so hard. It's just so hard to come to terms. But I think it's just, I'm feeling the pain of holding on to the beliefs lately. I've been feeling the pain of not moving through truth. So it's pain on both sides, pain of holding on to the truth or holding on to harmful beliefs, but also pain from moving away from it. So it's a matter of what pain you want to choose instead. What pain do you want to choose? Yeah. Life has a way of thinking that the life you have now should be tweaked a little bit more to what you want. In reality, in actuality, it's a matter of just accepting the limitations you may have currently. acceptance of life being just as it is at the moment. As I was feeling the pain of holding on to the certain mindset and certain beliefs of how I want things to go instead, of how the fear I hold, the wound I've always held around scarcity, around the fear of things fleeting and things going away. It's been following me around for a long time. When you grow up without much, it feels like you have to, whatever opportunity presents itself, or whatever you want at a given time, it feels like you have to have it right then and there, because it's going to go away and it's not going to last. And when you grow up without much, you hold on to that same mentality. But I'm faced with the opportunity again and again, and I've been feeling this echo of what's really true. I find that, like, I'm being told, like, do you want to follow this same mentality? This question keeps coming up. Do you want to cause yourself pain and suffering? And I don't want that. I don't want to ignore the pain and suffering that I'm implementing on my own. I don't want to pretend it's not there. I don't want to pretend that what I'm choosing to believe is not hurting me. I'd rather face the choir, face the music. And I think I've been pretending for a long time. Or just, thinking that I have to be stubborn in my beliefs because it's true. Thinking that those beliefs are true. Thinking that if I can't experience something at this moment, then I'm never gonna experience it. Or like that now or never that a lot of us can feel. I hope we can challenge each other to be patient with what we're able to be given, and settling into, I like to say okayness, even though it might not be a word, but the okayness is a word I can make up. The okayness of the moment. And I find that, like, as I'm being honest with myself of how I feel, I'm looking at myself again. When you're not wanting to, when you're actually just saying, okay, when you're actually being honest with what beliefs are hurting you, it's like, oh, okay, like, I don't deserve it. Maybe there's a compassionate softness that you can find underneath the honesty, because then you kind of not ignoring that part of you anymore. You're not ignoring yourself anymore. Our beliefs that harm us, that we ignore, are harming us. The more we ignore it, the more harm we're implementing in ourselves. Sorry, just the buzzing of the flies and stuff. And the more we're harming ourselves, then we're just not taking care of ourselves anymore, and it's felt. And you can feel that when you're honest with yourself. You can feel like, oh, like I was just not being, I was just causing my own hurt, and that it makes you feel more, it makes you feel like what's the pain you're actually going through. It makes you feel it more. That's why honesty is like, I think it's one of the best ways to heal. One of the best practical, approachable, accessible ways, tools, not even tools, but emotional way to heal. Because it starts from there, being honest with how you feel. And, okay, I got emotional, but it's because you recognize the pain that you're feeling underneath the beliefs. And when you feel that, it's, hopefully we can get ourselves to feel and show ourselves compassion. Because in those moments, it also can feel like a way to even further harm yourself by downgrading, dismissing, denying, or shaming those beliefs that you have. So I just want to remind ourselves to just hug ourselves, show compassion. I think we're actually deserving of more compassion than we give ourselves credit for. I think a lot of people, they're trying, a lot of us are trying our best, even the ones that are maybe not able to get up in bed or feeling depressed, which is a valid response in this kind of world that we live in. The ones that get shamed for not trying or being lazy, it's like, it's a complex world with complex feelings, with our emotions constantly fluctuating with the moon phases and cycles. So you know how they say, like, we gotta we have to take it easy on ourselves. I think it's because there's a lot of, you're thinking about what your family is going through. You think about being a friend to other people and being a friend to yourself and your relationship with your career and your physical health. There's a lot to constantly work through, and it's just like, let's take time that, 5 years ago, I was trying to rush through my process of growing, but I've learned over time it's a process of being slow with yourself, a slow progression into healing, and that doesn't have a destination. And I recognize this wound that I have around scarcity. I'm confident almost that it's gonna be always, or it's gonna be constantly shown to me or revealed. And I can take this as like, oh, this is a huge lesson right now as I'm in a different place, to really see that and to kind of just look at that girl that was fearful of never having enough. It's like, oh, I can give myself time to take care of her, so that's just so important. It's so important to take time to take care of ourselves. And when we're on a trip and traveling somewhere or visiting a place, I value taking time at anywhere I go, because emotions can come up that reveal our traumas and our wounds, and it's important. I spent a lot of this trip simply walking in parks and in neighborhoods, because simply I just wanted to see the place, observe the houses, the streets, the neighborhoods. And I wouldn't want to spend it any other way. That's my ideal way of visiting a place, is just looking around it. I like visiting cafes and bookstores and shops, thrift stores, and spending time in the nature that they do have around the city. And yeah, it's just all about taking care of ourselves anywhere we go, at any time, when we can. But I think when we travel, it's easy to get caught up with doing, and it's fun, but we don't want to stray too far away from just taking care of ourselves. The frog is back. Oh. I just feel so taken care of by animals, by creatures. Just being next to them, it's like so. It's just a friend. Like how I feel with the trees. They're like being in the natural world. It's a friend to all of us, and I feel like it's always been a friend when I'm feeling lonely, which is most of my life. I felt lonely, and I still do, but it's such a friend. It's a huge, most supportive friend is an animal and nature. The most supportive friend. They're just so, they're so loving, and they take life as it is for them. They don't worry about, they're not concerned with what their animal friend is doing, animal companion, where they get to live, or the part of the world they get to live, or they're just simply being. And I can take that as a reflection of what's true for me, what kind of life is true for me, what kind of life is true for me, and it's simply being. And if I were to devote myself into a path of being, then that means stripping away from the false truths of that oppose that truth, I guess. The letting go. It's a lot of letting go of what's not true for me, I guess. And it requires letting go of it, releasing it. Yeah. Just being okay with what I get to experience, just settling into the acceptance. And there's pockets of acceptance and that I've experienced just the other day, just by and when you actually, like, it's uncomfortable in the moment when you're not able to maybe get that certain thing in a store. I guess it's uncomfortable, but you live on, which I don't know how else to really come to terms with it sometimes, but just the outcome sometimes can feel okay. You're not missing out on much, actually. I really don't think I'm missing out on much in a lot of what they try to put in front of us in society. Yeah. And just being confident that you can experience certain things. Maybe not at the time, but you can eventually. Like, okay, I'll come back to this one place when I can. Kind of mentality. Yeah. And that's what I want to hold on to. And I want to hold on to that trust that I will get to experience that thing that's on my mind. You will get to experience it. And you will get to experience it when you're meant to, when you're in that, maybe that version of you that does get to experience it. Maybe it's not that version of you now, but it's not going to be that version of you in the future that gets to experience it. Like, that you will experience it, just not the you now, but it's still going to be you, you know. So it's trusting in that. Just like, oh, I get to experience it, just not in this moment, but I will. It's still going to be there, that experience, that event. Like, I didn't miss out much. Yeah, so and yeah, it's like, oh, it's not as complex. Life can feel less complex if we just detach from expectations. Really just detach from expectations. Just breathe through it, breathe through the uncomfortability, and see if it's that serious. Like, is this feeling, this emotion that serious for me to, or this experience, circumstance that serious for me to completely neglect all that I already have, all that I'm grateful for, all that I get to experience already? Like, is this really worth taking away from all the content, all the contentment, the peace that I can find here, all of what I do have, all of what's available, like this right here? I can complain about not shopping, but at least I could experience this land, this beautiful, serene, tranquil land. This is what's peaceful. Nature is peaceful. Nature is abundant, is everything. So we can choose to spend our time in a way that's other ways is what I'm trying to say. I like to play with the dirt with my hands, just sticks. Yeah. I just appreciate more and more of human life, of observing human life. I think a story is like, I relish in a good story, in a story that someone tells that they've experienced, of like, you know, people experience some, and I don't know if it happens to like just everybody, because I'm not someone who really has like these crazy stories of like what I've experienced with other people, or crazy encounters, or just like out of the blue paranormal experiences, like anything that's just like, wait, what? Like abnormal. And I love when people, I mean, it's like, I think it's just a time and place thing, isn't it? It's in a time and place. You gotta to like be at that spot at that time to experience that thing, if that makes sense. And I wish more of my life was like that, abnormal. I just, you know, I want to hear more stories like that. And if you have a story, abnormal story, share it. Yeah, I mean, maybe because we're all living predictable lives or something. Is that it? Yeah, just like, I want to hear, but like, how do people, is it, like, I'm trying to understand, is it a time and place? thing, I could stay here all day. I like my peace. Outside. Peace outside. I'm living my dream life by spending time in nature. Every time I think about a dream life, all these things come in my mind. I'm like, oh, I see. Still looking into the future for my dream life. But it's here in so many ways. My dream life is just living, honestly. And it could be as simple as that. So, I hope this encourages you to be honest. And to know you're capable of shifting your beliefs. I think that's what I'm also remembering. No, I'm capable of thinking differently. And I'm capable of being the type that can brush things off more effortlessly. Because there's people that can, like, just be patient with what they receive in this earth, in this timeline, in their timeline. They're able to just be patient with what they get to experience and just keep working towards that desire, of course, but just not get caught up with what they don't have. And I just aspire more of that way of being. I get to experience things on my own timing, in my own timing. I'm like a frog, I'm a tree, existing as I am.